hao. Happy Sunday. This comes to the writing portion of our lesson. And today, as I had said earlier in the video before, we are going to make our pronouns that we learned last week plural. So what I'd like you to do is now take out your PDF. That should be the one that is from your writing workbook, the green writing workbook. If you don't have it, you can just print it out. If you do have it, it's on page 50. So if you don't have it, you can print it out later, or you can pause me and go print it out now. We're going to learn how to make the pronouns we learned last week plural. So plural means more than one. And when you add a character to I, it will become we. If you add a character to you and you make it plural, then it'll be all of you. And so you guys get what I'm talking about. So adding the character man is going to make the singular pronouns that you learned last week plural. Okay, so what I've done on the board is I've written what we learned last week already. We learned 我, 你, 他 masculine, and 他 feminine. I, you, he, and she. All right, so let's write the pinyin for those. The pinyin for I is 我, W-O, and that is third tone, so it dips down and comes back up. 我. The pinyin for you is N-I, me. And what tone is it, guys? It's also third tone. And then for he, ta, T-A, and that's first tone. So our sound doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it doesn't roller coaster down and then up. It's just an even tone of the A. Ta. All right. Same for the feminine, ta. It sounds exactly the same because it's the same pronoun. It's just one's masculine, which I'll make an M for masculine, and one is feminine. Okay, so in order to make these plural, we just add a character that we're going to learn today, and that character is man. And as you'll see it right here, man. So I have a little post-it note that I'm just going to use to teach you the stroke order for man. Okay, so when you write man, it's basically 5 strokes, very, very easy. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna write it first, just in totality, so you just see the whole thing. Okay, so that's what it's going to look at like. All right. First stroke should look like that. Stroke number 2 is just a vertical line that comes down from the slant that you wrote earlier. Number 3, what I call this is a little freckle. So it's just a little freckle next to the slant that looks like, maybe you can think of that as like a roof. Or part of a roof. Okay, so then we have our slant, that's part of a roof. We have our vertical line that comes down. We have our freckle. And then number 4, we're gonna make our other vertical line, and it's gonna come down right next to your first vertical line. Okay, but a little bit shorter than your first one. And then number 5, lastly, so you have this already, you have your vertical line already, you have your freckle, you have your vertical line that came down next to the first one, and then this is all in one stroke. You're gonna go from left to right, come down and hook it in. That is the character men. When we add men to I, you, he, or she, then we make those pronouns plural. Interestingly enough, men doesn't have a tone because it basically is the tail of whatever tone that you use to say the first character. So for example, if we were to say woman, that's we. Men doesn't really a tone because you just read it without thinking about it, basically. So don't even think of a tone. Just let it trail off the tone from wo. So we'll repeat how to say each one after me, after I write men, after each of these. So I'm going to erase the pinyin for these so then I can write the Chinese character men next to each one. All right, so I'm going to move the board a little bit closer so you guys can see that better. All right, so there goes the pinyin, and here comes men. Okay, that's woman. That makes we. And then here is 你们. 你们 is all of you.他们 is they. When you say 他们, whether it's masculine or feminine, it's going to sound the same when you speak it orally because it's the same tone and same sound and same spelling. But in Chinese, because the character is different, when you write it, it's going to differentiate if it's a group of men or if it's a group of women or males or females. If you have a group of all females but just 2 males, you're still going to use the masculine. So as long as you have a male in that group, you have to go to the masculine word and write that one. All right, so I'm going to write they, and then remind you that when you write this character in front of men, then you are writing that this is a group of masculine or males or men. Okay, so I put M there for masculine. And then here is common feminine. So this is for a group of girls, a group of ladies, a group of women, or a group of basically anyone in the female sex. So you would say 他们. So it sounds the same when you speak it, but when you write it, everyone will know that you're talking about a group of women. And that's they, feminine. Okay, so let me just rewrite this. This got a little messy because I was writing with my body bent down. Okay, so there we go. That looks a little bit more like what you saw last week. Okay, so repeat after me. We're going to practice saying these together. The most important thing is for you to understand what you are hearing when you hear me say it, and that way you can hear yourself say it, and hopefully it sounds like what I say. Let's start with the first one. This is we. 我们. Repeat after me. 我们. Number 2. 你们. Again, 你们. Number 3, this is they, masculine. 他们. Again, repeat after me. 他们. And the last one, number 4. Again, this is a group of females. 她们. 她们. And one more time. Repeat after me. 她们. Okay, so adding men just makes all those singular pronouns plural. Easy enough. If you were in my class on Wednesday, 6th graders, you would have already learned this. So this will be review for you guys, but this is very good review because we only spent one lesson on this. We didn't even spend an hour. So please review pronouns. You're always going to be using pronouns if you pursue Chinese and continue on Chinese in your future. All right, I also wanted to mention from my last video that I didn't, if you have time, and you do, please make some flashcards for your in the city vocabulary. Your in the city vocabulary, there was 15 words this week. When you make your flashcard, it can be this size, which is I think a 4x6 cut in half. So you can cut it in half and this will be the size it'll turn into, so we could save paper and save trees. You can write post office on one side. You can do it hamburger or hot dog. I did it hamburger, so it's horizontal. And then write it in English on one side, and then the character and the pinyin on the other side. Okay, so again, your English on one side and the character and pinyin on the other. I don't really mind if you don't write the characters because you don't know the stroke order. Secondly, this is a lot to ask of you because we have not learned the characters for all of these in the city words yet. I would rather have you know how to say it and how to comprehend it if you hear someone else say it. Writing is my last priority, so please do not write it if you don't have time. It's totally optional. Okay. Thank you guys, and that was our lesson for today for the writing portion of Chinese. So let's end with our hand wash boogie woogie. Get some music going here. And I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful week. Okay, I'm gonna change the song.
After you run the dishwasher,
Oh, jeez.
does this sound familiar?
Uh-oh. Sorry, guys, there's ads because I don't have the premium Pandora. All right, let's try one more. All right, here we go. Thank you for waiting. Okay, come all the way down, bend those knees. Okay, slowly come back up. Clorox wipes. Wipe those counters. Wipe those screens. Wipe your iPad. Say Jen.